All right, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to talk about Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez fight being moved and Turki Alalshiek being one of the most arbitrary and unreliable people in the history of boxing. You cannot trust what this man says as far as you can throw YouTube. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we have some embarrassing moments for Turki Alalshiek, Terence Crawford, and Canelo Alvarez as their not highly anticipated fight is looking like it's running into major hurdles already. And the major hurdle is called Turki Alalshiek, and the hurdle that he put out there is his own inconsistency and arbitrary decision-making processes being on full display for the world. But before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for your continued support. It really makes a huge difference to the channel, especially to the people that donate in the super thanks, which is the little $ underneath the comment section. It's a great way to help content supporters or content creators to support content creators. But let's get into this because this is stupid. I have no idea what in the world Turki Alalshiek is thinking. He has got to be the worst executive that I have ever seen in my time watching executives in the sport of boxing. What he's done in the last week to damage the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight is amazing. What he's done to damage his relationship with Dana White in the TKO and TKO boxing is amazing. So let's talk about it. If you didn't know, Terence Crawford is supposed to be fighting Canelo Alvarez. They originally posted the fight as being, and they started selling tickets on StubHub for a fight that was to take place on September 12th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Dana White, who works for TKO, who was a partner of Turki Alalshiek, was asked, what do you think about the fight being on Friday, September 12th at Allegiant Stadium? What do you think about that? And his answer was, I hate it. I hate it, right? Well, after that, Turki Alalshiek says that he is going to be moving the date, and we are going to find out where it's going to be, where the venue is going to be, where all of that's going to be, right? Well, fast forward a couple days, and Turki Alalshiek does not disappoint. Turki Alalshiek releases a tweet in which he says the fight is going to be held on September 13th, which is the Saturday, and that he will let people know what the venue will be. Big problem here. Turki Alalshiek is partnered with Dana White and TKO. Dana White and the TKO, and I assume that is also going to include the UFC, has a match, or Dana White has a UFC an event in Mexico on September 13th. So what does that mean? That means Turki Alalshiek is counter-programming his own partner. And he's doing it after he's moved a fight date from dates that were tickets were already being sold to a date when a venue where people don't even know where it will be. We know where it's not going to be, though. It's not going to be at Allegiant Stadium on September 13th. We know that because there's already a UNLV football game assigned that is going to be on the field that day. So you know that is not going to take place in Allegiant Stadium. So what has Turki Alalshiek done? Turki Alalshiek has literally confused a bunch of people into buying tickets for an event that will not take place. He is counter-programmed his own partner by throwing an event on the same day that he is. Now, what else is he going to do? This man is I'm telling you, Turki Alalshiek is terrible at his job. There's no other way to describe it. Turki Alalshiek is terrible at his job. Absolutely terrible at his job. You are going to flop. This fight with Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is going to flop without a doubt. The promoter for this company is Sela, S-E-L-A. That's who's going to be doing the promotion for the fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Sela is the promotional company that is responsible for all the Riyadh cards in Saudi Arabia. So you're going to bring over a Saudi Arabian promoter to promote a fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez on September 13th in a venue you have not named yet. Good luck selling that fight. I promise you, Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach's rematch is going to outsell Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez for sure. You know why? These guys don't even know who the broadcaster of the fight is going to be. Right? Doesn't know that September 13th. Now, we're not too far off because what is this? Right? This is May, June, July, August, September, right? So you have June, July, August. They have 4 months. You don't even have a broadcaster. So who's your broadcaster going to be? You're going to broadcast this on what? ESPN? Obviously not. You're either going to do it on DAZN or you're going to do it on Netflix. All I'm telling you is, man, this is so unnecessary. If Turki Alalshiek wanted to have a big fight with Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, there's definitely ways that you could make that fight very, very big and have people have real anticipation for it. One way to make sure people do not have that is don't do what happened with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, which is have people throw out a bunch of dates and then that date be wrong. Oh, and then here's a new date. Oh, well, that date's wrong too. And it's been moved to this date. Oh, we're going to push it back a couple more months. All that drama that happened with the Terence Crawford, that happened with the Terence Crawford Errol Spence Jr. fight. If Turki Alalshiek's mismanagement causes a lot of that same stuff to take place between Terence and Canelo, you're going to have a disappointing showing in that. By the way, nobody's really even asking for this fight. This is an oddity fight. One person I thought said something very, very smart, bright about this was Rolly Romero. When Rolly Romero said he didn't believe the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight was a big fight. He said, look, there's two ways that you really get big fights. That's when the two best fighters are fighting in the weight division, right? Does that fit the bill? No, because Terence Crawford is not one of the best 168 pounders. Canelo is, but he's not. So it doesn't fit that. The other one he said is where you have two fighters that are all both uniquely have big draws in and of themselves, and they come together and have a fight. So it would work if, say, Canelo Alvarez was willing to fight Gervonta. That could make a big fight because those are two big fan bases coming together. But that's not the case with Terence Crawford because Terence Crawford doesn't have a big fan base. So it doesn't fit the formulas of what traditionally big fights are usually what it takes to make big fights. This one doesn't fit that bill. And add to it the ridiculous mismanagement. It's an SHIT show from beginning to end. And man, I'm telling you, it's going to be funny to see if this fight gets rescheduled again or gets pushed back to November just because of just unnecessarily bad mismanagement. That's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.